Welcome to this comic thrill.
Hey everybody, Comics Dad here with yet another comics read along. This one is a pretty special one that is a little near and dear to my heart. We are going to be reading Lilo and Stitch #1, published by Dynamite at the beginning of 2024. Now, this is not a retelling in comic book form of the original Lilo and Stitch movie. This is actually a story that continues after the story of the primary movie, but it's a fun read, although I am, like most people over the last few years, not too fond of the Disney stuff that they've been doing, especially with their movies and their shows, and then Marvel and Star Wars and all that stuff, but the just core Disney animation stuff, I'm not a super huge fan of it. My kids aren't either. Not too fond of what the Disney company has been doing, things like that. But with all the hype around what looks to be a very good and very faithful recreation of Lilo and Stitch in the upcoming live action that's coming out in May this year, I figured it was appropriate and also be fun to read the first issue of this. I believe it's a 8-part miniseries put out by Dynamite Publishing. This story is written by Greg Pak, if I'm saying that correctly, hopefully, and Giulia Giacomino is the artist and colorist on this first issue and on this series. It's a Lilo and Stitch story. It's gonna be what you expect. I enjoyed it the first time I read it. I love Stitch. Stitch is my favorite Disney character, which is why I'm really excited about the live action coming up. I'm very cautiously optimistic and hopeful that it's going to be a slam dunk for Disney, and that they just let the people who have come back to help with the live action movie that worked on the original animated movie, hopefully Disney just lets them do their thing, and it's going to be a great time for everybody. Especially me and my kids, because I love Stitch. My kids know I love Stitch, and they enjoy watching the movie with me. We watch it probably once a year. But without further ado, let's dig into Dynamite Publishing's Lilo and Stitch #1. Turo Planet, Galaxy Defense Industries, Sub-Facility 12B.
This is the site, Sovereign. Excellent. You may attack when ready.
This research facility is currently closed for renovation. Please refer to Galactic Federation Circular 89736D for more information.
Could you please...
Knock, knock, knock. Thank you for your attempted visit. All the best, and...
Come on, we talked about this. You have to be more aggressive than that. Yes, my liege.
And boom, they shoot some green goo stuff to bust down the door.
Facility breached. Quickly, download the records. By your command, Sovereign.
And the alarm goes off. Arwoo! Arwoo! This is Dr. Jumba Jukiba with today's update on Experiment 626, whom I have especially designed to break everything he touches. He's proceeding quite nicely, eh?
Ka! There, you see that? Blah. This is what you need to be like. Aggressive, destructive, rude. Because that is the kind of energy the Cluster Sovereign needs if we are to finally overthrow the Galactic Federation and exploit its resources to the fullest. And when we find this Experiment 626, you'll finally have the chance to become all that you can. So get ready, my cluster drones. You have a long trip ahead of you. So before we continue any further, I just want to give everybody a fair warning. There are Hawaiian words in this story. I am not going to insult the native speakers of Hawaii by even attempting to pronounce some of these words. So if you notice that I just completely missed some dialogue, it's because I don't want to completely butcher the words that are Hawaiian, and I don't want to upset anybody that possibly speaks Native Hawaiian that might be watching this video, as unlikely as the odds are.
That looks good, Stitch. You're getting better at drawing every day. Yes, really. I mean, you made my head look a little lumpy. But drawings don't have to be perfect. You just have to put your heart into it.
Snap. Uh-oh, somebody in the bushes.
Hear that? I told you, we just had to play innocent and lie low. All right then.
As there's a shadow in the bushes coming out.
Let's get him!
And it looks like it's Jumba and Pleakley sneaking up on them. Friendly water balloon fight. How nice. Splash. Ah! I told you they'd sense us coming, Dr. Jumba! The little human's tricky! And 626 is too darn fast! Of course, Pleakley. I designed him to be unstoppable. But he has a new weakness. He cares about people now. That's how you get him. Wait, Dr. Jumba, that balloon! Yeah, that balloon is, it doesn't look like any ordinary water balloon. Stitch! Wow, the stuff in that balloon really sent Stitch flying there, huh?
Lilo? What's going on? Hi, Nani. Stitch got blown up and fell into the river. He's fine.
Oopsie.
Come on, we talked about this. Stitch can't swim. You have to be careful.
Oh, it's not their fault, Nani. Just an errant plasma bomb.
Dr. Jumba, you and Pleakley should know better.
Oh, I definitely do. Nani, I know you have to be a responsible older sister, but 626 is indestructible, and he will always keep little family safe. Eka?
Yup, all in one piece.
So maybe we replace all water balloons with plasma bombs, eh? No!
Look, you can't just blow things up. You're part of this Ohana now, right? And all of you are old enough to have responsibilities.
Lala, time for the Kuleana talk, huh? So, real quick, I know I said I was going to skip over some of the Hawaiian words. That's... What I mean is I'm going to skip over the Hawaiian words that they write in here, where they include in the dialogue what the Hawaiian word or phrase actually means. Any that don't have that, just for the sake of, not having really weird dialogue of just missing words or replacing the words, I will attempt to pronounce some of these words. But if they are terribly mispronounced, I do apologize.
You know what? You tell him, David. Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind or forgotten, right? Right. But that's not just something you get like that. You gotta give, too. And not just to each other, but to everything around us. We take care of each other. We take care of our community. We take care of our environment.
This Kuleana is a lot to ask from something built to destroy. Are you talking about Stitch or yourself, Dr. Jumba? I have no idea what you're getting at, Agent Bubbles. Nani, this isn't Stitch's or Lilo's fault. They've been doing great, and so have you. No social worker is going to take your little sister away now. And we'll get this fixed up in no time. No matter what happens, as 626's family, you're under the protection of the Galactic Federation.
But I still gotta work. Mrs. Hasagawa doesn't take alien credits for her mangoes. And now that you mention it, sometimes I get a little stressed out wondering what the Galactic Federation is supposed to be protecting us from. Nani, we're all... Nani, we're all okay. Really. I know. I guess I've been worrying a long time, Lilo. It's hard to stop. We have a lot of friends now, and we're not in trouble. All right, Lilo. All right. But they are. Splash! Ah! And Nani gets in on the water balloon fun. Very wholesome story we have here today for a comics read along. It's nice, it's refreshing. But let's see how the rest of the story plays out. This is me, Stitch. Actually, this is me, Lilo, writing this, but these are Stitch's drawings and words. He's not good with letters just yet. I'm an alien, an experiment that everyone thought was wrong. I used to break everything I saw, and the Galactic Federation wanted to capture me. But my friend Lilo helped me. I paid $2 for him. I own him. If you take him, you're stealing. And now we live together, surrounded by all the people who care about us. Our family. Our Ohana. Sometimes I still worry, because we have responsibilities. Kuleana now. But Lilo says nobody's perfect. And your family will always help you. Did I write that right? Yeah. Do you really still worry? I didn't tell Nani. But I do too. Just a little bit. I think it's kind of nice when you worry a little bit about someone, when you know they also worry just a little bit about you.
Experiment 626. We come from the cluster sovereign. Surrender or suffer.
What was that? Dr. Jumba, come on, bruh. We're trying to watch the movie. Stitch!
Move aside, small human.
What are you doing? You're supposed to deliver an ultimatum before you attack, not at the same time.
Perhaps. But we're supposed to act like Experiment 626.
As Stitch just rolls, I guess, does some kind of Sonic the Hedgehog-like attack. Bunk.
Do you think that's what he'd do? Experiment 626 is stronger than we expected. Increase your stun capacity by 93%. Done.
Click. Fine.
Splash.
As some more of the, I guess it was a plasma bomb earlier, that green stuff, so I guess there's some more, there's plasma in these robots' cannons. Stitch! And Stitch gets hit by it again. Oh. Stitch is not having a good day for being hit by plasma. Stitch!
Quickly, he will not remain stunned for long.
Stitch! No!
Clang.
They got him in some kind of container there. No!
We have secured Experiment 626. Return to the cluster sovereign.
A glass jar. Can't keep Stitch locked away.
I told you, he's already recovered. Don't worry, the H drive will engage in 3.2 seconds. Oh no. Yeah.
Stitch seems to just burrow through the bottom of the ship.
Hey. Oh no. Splash.
Cityscape in the background now, so I wonder where the ship ended up at. Dr. Jumba!
What's the matter?
Some robots kidnapped Stitch.
Robots?
They said they were from the Cluster Sovereign.
The Cluster Sovereign? That doesn't make any sense. Those are mild-mannered civil servants designed for efficiency.
Come on, we gotta go after them.
Ha ha! All right then.
Shouldn't we tell your sister? She worries too much already. We'll tell her later. Now let's go.
Lilo. No. Keep little family safe. Time to lie low.
Stitch is gonna... Oh, yeah, it looks like Stitch is just gonna go back to playing dog. Because he's fully aware. Stitch is smart. Experiment 626 was not just created to be destructive. He was created to be a very intelligent being. So, quickly realizes that he's not somewhere where anybody's familiar with him. So, he needs to stick to the bushes and try to go incognito. So here comes Dog Stitch again. Some woman at the dog park. What are you?
Ruff.
Oh my. Everyone hold your partner's hand. I don't have a partner. Okay, Phineas, I'll be your partner today. Just wait a minute and... Ah! Stitch walks up to the kid, wanting to hold his hand. As Pleakley, Jumba, and Lilo are flying over looking for him. We should come with you. No, just stand by in case of an emergency. This isn't an emergency. Stitch? Aw. Well, she's on the right track, though. Those are kids that Stitch was just with. Huh? Okay, yeah, that is a little strange. People are dressed up in, what is that? Looks like a princess, a fairy, a couple of monsters, an octopus maybe, a witch, a pumpkin. Wonder what's going on. Oh. Welcome to the Manhattan Toy Con. And there's Stitch, front and center, ready to go into the convention. To be continued. Well, Stitch and Lilo and crew have found themselves in another predicament and another pretty wild adventure that apparently has found them at New York Comic Con, I guess, or a large-scale toy convention. I read through the whole series, and as fun as this issue was, it's even more fun going through the rest of the other 7 issues of this 8-issue miniseries by Dynamite. So I definitely recommend anybody either purchasing it online digitally if you absolutely have to, but if you can, go out to your local comic shops and try to find the back issues of this. It's a really fun read, and they're just good to add to your collection if you have one, or it's a great way to start a collection if you're just getting into comic books. Also, it's a great story for if you have any kids that are looking for comic books to read, or if you're looking to get your kids into comic books. These Disney Dynamite stories that Dynamite Publishing has been putting out for the last few years are a really great way to introduce kids into comic books by providing familiar characters that there's a very good chance they may have been introduced to by their parents by watching older Disney movies or whatnot. Anyway, if you liked the video, please hit like on the button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Also, turn on the notifications so this way you are notified anytime we drop new videos or are going live on the channel. You can also follow me over on X at ComicsDad. And if you have any recommendations or any suggestions for books or stories you'd like me to read on the channel, you can always let me know in the comments. You can let me know on X, and you could also reach out to me at thecomicsdad@gmail.com. But until next time, everybody, please remember to support your local comic shops, support independent comics, support small creators, and be good to yourselves and be good to each other. This is Comics Dad saying we'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining, hope you had fun with Comics Dad. Today's adventure is done, but don't worry, we'll meet again with new tales to share, my friend.